The Denver Broncos are in dire need of another offensive tackle. Garrett Bowles was Denver's first-round pick last year, and he held down the fort solidly at left tackle. Bowles gets a lot of shade thrown his way, but his 2017 performance was the best Denver's had at left tackle since the dog days of Ryan Clady. Bowles was named to the PFWA All-Rookie team, and finished his rookie season as the No. 42 ranked tackle, according to Pro Football Focus, with a 68.8 cumulative grade. On the other side of the O-line, the Broncos face a dearth of talent. Malik Watson was signed as a free agent last spring, but he turned out to be a sieve and graded out as one of the worst tackles in the NFL. I'll be shocked if the Broncos don't release him, even though he still has 2 years left on his deal. Watson was that bad. Donald Stevenson was his typical self when called to action, following Watson's season-ending injury. When he was healthy enough to play, Stevenson showed in one game his athletic potential at the position, only to fall back into his familiar bad habits the next. He's set to be an unrestricted free agent and the Broncos will let him go. Cyrus Kouandjio, who was signed down the stretch, stepped in late in the season, and showed some good things. Although he only played 72 snaps, he finished with a cumulative grade of 73.0, which, had he played the whole season, and executed at that level, would have put him around 34th best in the NFL, per PFF's grading system. Kouandjio did enough to factor into Denver's plan this coming year and at worst, he'll be an above-average swing tackle, although I'm not sure how he'd fare on the left side. Undrafted rookie Elijah Wilkinson made some noise on Denver's practice squad, turning heads on scout team. The Broncos promoted Wilkinson to the active roster late in the year, but he saw no snaps. Still, I like his potential and it will be interesting to see him complete come training camp. The Broncos might have something there. Looking at the coming free agent market, it's quite grim for the Broncos. New England's left tackle, and Colorado native, Nate Solder is considered to be the crown jewel of the free agent tackle class, but that's not saying much this year. Solder is 29 and likely still has plenty of football left in him, but there are questions about his desire to keep playing football, due to familial concerns. Even if he decides to keep playing, we're talking about a guy who would likely command an expensive contract, upwards of $13.2 million per year, who finished 32nd in the NFL in cumulative grade, via PFF. Beyond Solder there are names like Chris Clark, Greg Robinson, and Brano Giacomini, all of whom finished at the bottom of PFF's rankings last year. When Donald Stevenson is considered to be one of the top tackles, you know it's a dismal class. Thus, the Broncos are likely to turn to the NFL draft to shore up the position. If the stars continue to align for Kirk Cousins, and John Elway ropes him, the Broncos will have a smorgasbord of options at pick 5 in the draft. Texas' Connor Williams could be the pick, or even Notre Dame's ferocious guard Quentin Nelson. There are other tackles to be had later, including Notre Dame's Mike McGlinchey, likely first-rounder, Mississippi State's Martinez Rankin, and Oregon's Tyrell Crosby. The Broncos obviously don't have to go tackle at pick 5, but if they do indeed sign Cousins, they'll want to protect their investment. I'd be shocked if it isn't either Williams or McGlinchey, but knowing that Denver took a tackle in the first round last year, Elway might choose to go a different direction for an immediate blue chipper. At the end of the day, however, Denver's only real shot at improving the tackle position in 2018 will come via the draft. Nate Solder is solid, don't get me wrong, but he's also been blocking for Tom Brady, and Denver would have to be willing to pay a high premium for an average player. We shouldn't sleep on Denver's in-house option, Cyrus Kouandjio. He might have a larger role to play in 2018, we'll see. Note: if you want an in-depth understanding of what Denver's non-QB options are at pick 5, listen to the latest episode of the Huddle Up podcast in the player below. What's next for the Broncos? Sign up for our free Broncos newsletter. Get every story delivered to your inbox daily.